Well, here we are at the Daytona International Speedway. I'm going to ride around. Well, here we are at the Daytona International Speedway. We're going to ride around and look at the setup. This is March 1st. So we've got till Friday, March 5th. They should be set up, so this will be a pre-show. All right, this lot here will usually be full of a lot of small vendors. This is Monday, the 1st of March. We've got a few more days to get here. But the smaller ones, it takes less time to set up. See, Vance and Hines is here, so they'll be setting up a display on their equipment. Okay, here's one of the small vendor areas. They say they throw a tent up and just throw some goods in there. They're up in half a day or a day, so it doesn't take too long. So the absence of them at this point doesn't bother me. I'm worried if the big players come, then the little players will be there. So, all right, here we're coming down here. I'm not sure who that trailer is on the left. We're coming down here. There's the Indian trailer down here. And so it looks like Indian will bringing their motorcycles with them. Not only do they display them, but they allow you to ride those bikes. That's one of the parts I like, being able to try out the Indians. You're going to see a couple more down here. It's really good to be able to, if you want to sit and ride every Harley they've got one after another, you can sit there and do that during the bike week down here. So anyway, I wanted to find out, you know, are they setting up? Is there going to be anything going on? You know, last year COVID really didn't affect it until really at the end of it, like the last day, and it didn't affect it actually. They just said they wanted them shut down, but they never did. Now here's Kawasaki. They got quite a few number of trailers there. Hey, some people eating under that thing on the right. I tried to get a little peek at them as I turned the bike, but there was a pillar in the way. So anyway, Kawasaki has a good representation, and that's good to see a big player here at the show. So this will be all full of bikes, people, everything parked here. These lanes, they'll be open. Sometimes you'll have to stop if they're busy, but most of the time, you know, you can just cruise right through, park almost anywhere. You know, it's kind of a free-for-all, which is good. You know, you're not too structured there. So anyway, that's what that will look like once it fills up. Take a little loop around here, let you see the front of the Daytona Speedway. Fortunate to be down here for the winter and seeing some of that. So now we're in here. Here's the Harley area. Now that's a big deal. They're going to put all their equipment and all the stuff down here. They're expecting the bike show to go on. They wouldn't show up if they didn't expect there to be a turnout. So if you're thinking about coming, and that's the purpose of this video, to give you an idea of what I'm seeing in the pre-week of it, and that'll maybe give you an idea whether, well, should I show up? I tooted a horn. They were washing the truck, pointed to my bike, get a little chuckle out of them, see if they'd wash my bike, you know. But I'm sure they have plenty to do without me. So now there'll be a lot of small vendors along here. Like I say, it don't take them long to set up and things. And then I'm going to ride down toward the other end, where I usually come in at, kind of going backwards how I usually come in when the bike show is actually going on. We passed some porta potties there I saw on the right. So they're getting ready to have things out for the crowd here. I was about to exit down here, and I noticed some vehicles down there, and I thought, well, let me get on, poke around. They usually don't put any displays down here, but you know, every year can be a little bit different. If you know anything about Bike Week, it gets spread out over a lot of areas. Over in DeLand, it's as busy as downtown Daytona Beach. Bikes are all lined up, everything else. That's 30 mile away. So this show is split in many different areas. We're going to cover a couple of them here today. Can't cover everything because there's just something going on everywhere. So if you've never been to Bike Week, it is a good show. There's plenty to see. I like all the vendor stuff, see new things, different stuff for the bike. If you're a party guy, you can go downtown to Daytona Beach or downtown DeLand or All right, we're out here on International Speedway Boulevard, which is the main drag in front of the Speedway, and heads on into Daytona. And there's a bridge once you get into Daytona to go over the inland waterway they call the Halifax River. It'll take you over to Daytona Beach. So traffic's not too bad. By the end of the week here, it should be probably not as well as we like it. It'll back up a little bit. So I'm to enjoy it. Sometimes it'll be 3 or 4 lights to get through a light if it gets real busy. On the weekends, of course, it's the busiest because people generally have time off to come and get down here. So anyway, just a little view of the traffic. Let's head to town. All right, this is Beach Street, downtown Daytona. Notice the water stuff over to the right. A lot of shops. The street will be crowded, slow moving as you go through things. This film likes to look like I'm speeding 100 mile an hour. I'm probably doing 20, 25 mile an hour, so not as fast as it makes it seem. So not rushing through it. I guess I could slow the film down, but I am just doing a normal cruise through town. Putting over, the Indian dealer is over here on our left. See some bikes outside there. All right, we're going to come over here to another street. We're going to head down here to where Main Street comes down. We'll turn right and go over to another bridge. There's about 4 bridges going across there, going over to Daytona Beach side. So, like I said before, there's the Halifax River, which we're going to be going over. There's a bike place over here on the left. They sold my Honda for me down here last year. I brought 2 bikes with me. We took care of it. They were pretty good to deal with. Well, this is a drawbridge that goes up over the river, and I can see the bridge is up into the air, so it looks like I'm going to have to waiting a little bit for a boat to pass underneath it. So, all right, come back when that's over with. Hopefully you can see it in this video. The drawbridge is up. We're waiting for this boat. It's coming in from our left. I'm not sure if you can see that with the guardrail there. But we're going to head over to the Daytona Beach side where the party goes on. All that for one boat. So get the right of way. Yep, the arms are going up. Looks like we're going to be able to move here. Wait for the light to turn green. traffic light here. It's Pennsylvania Avenue. This is generally where the party section starts at Daytona Beach. All right, this is the main drag in Daytona Beach, and you can see some bikes parked here. Just a few. When this goes on by this weekend, they will be lined as tight as you can get them, perpendicular all the way down here. There'll be no automobile parking. There'll be nothing but motorcycles. And if you've never been here, it's a sight to see. If you have, then you know what the reminder I'm giving you. And so far, what I've seen, I was a little concerned that, yeah, they're going to have bike week. Is it going to be very much going on? Again, this is early in the week. They still got almost 4 more days to get totally set up if they want. And I'm seeing a lot of signs, a lot of small vendor stuff. You see things over on the left here, some tents over here on the left in front of us. They're getting ready, okay, to have a lot of things. When we rode through Daytona back there, I didn't point out, but all along there you'll see vendor booths and vendor tents and different things going on back there in town also. So you can see they're lining them up. There's the people who are getting here early, you know. Locals are probably still working, but yeah, this will be wall-to-wall motorcycles. So, and that's during the day, let alone at night. I'm not a party guy. I'm too old anymore, but I get out of here at night. But if you like to go have a good time, there will be the spot for it. All right, we're going to run back down Main Street here in Daytona Beach, the opposite direction that we came here. And like I say, this will be lined up. There'll be plenty of things to do. You can see a booth here on the right for some hot leather. There you go. Anyway, we're going to head over to the other side and head north and head up toward Bruce Meyer's Harley-Davidson, which is his complex up there. It's called Destination Daytona. And there's plenty of things to see up there. Going to have a lot of vendors. JMP Cycles is located up in that complex. So, like I say, Bike Week is spread out over a lot of different areas. So, if it's your first time, you almost have to take a look just so you know what they're going to do the next year when you come back. Have an idea where everything's laid out. All right, we'll see you on the other side of the bridge. Well, we came back across the bridge and turned right. We're heading north up along where Beach Street was. You can see the Halifax River, the Intercoastal Waterway on our right. You can see way out there on our right. You can see buildings that crossed over north side of Daytona Beach. So we're going to be heading north. It's about 10 miles up there to where Bruce Ross Meyer's Harley-Davidson is. Give you a view of the nice weather down here right now, and it's supposed to be 60s, 70s for this first weekend of Bike Week here, and a little bit of rain in the forecast, but you never know down here. I mean, it may rain where you're at, not where I'm at. It won't last long and go away quickly, so weather's looking good. This part here is part of what they call a loop. The foliage is going to get heavier as we get up the road here a little farther, but there's a lot of small signs out. It says defend the loop. I'm going to have to see that that's all I'll buy, but this is almost a rite of passage. You come down and run this route when you're down in Daytona. This part of the loop has more foliage in it. The camera's pointed just a touch high and makes it look like there's more sunshine than what there is, but you get in here, there's some growth. This here is kind of a bare spot, but you almost feel like you're in a little jungle setting as you go through it when the trees are pretty much overhead with you here. So. We're up here at Ormond Beach now, which is about 11 miles north on US 1 from Daytona. And this is called Destination Daytona, this complex here. This is where Bruce Rossmeyer's Harley-Davidson dealer is. And there's a lot of vendors and everything that up in this complex that generally set up. So this should be one more determining factor on whether we got a full go on Bike Week or not. So so far it looked good with those vendors, big time vendors we saw at the raceway. You can see some tents set up here over on the left. We'll go in and take a ride and see what's going on. Probably should have went in a little farther, but we'll go around the block. All right, now let's get into more interesting stuff here. Yep, you can see some vendors here on the left setting up with their stuff. And drag specialties there. There's a detailing shop here on the left. I used them once. Did a pretty good job on a bike. I was happy with it. A couple of different shops within this complex here. And we're going to turn around and go back toward the direction that we came in. And some more vendors setting up on this road. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to go. Here's another Harley display setting up down here. Right here, the dealer is on our left there as we go around this complex. Vance and Hines has another trailer up here, so they're at both locations. This is a big location for vendors, along with the one that we saw down at the racetrack. It looked like I can get out here. I better turn around. And you won't be able to ride bikes through here. You can bring bikes in. Let's say you're like a vendor's going to put something on your bike. You can bring your bike in and he'll do it and you take it back out. But normally there's people walking and everything going on here, so you will not see, in the dealers right in front of us, you will not see bikes riding all through there like you're doing. They will come down this street a little bit here, try to get to these vendors, but there's parking lots up at the ends to park the bikes and be able to walk over and see all this. We'll go up to the other end of the complex here. There'll be more vendors up here probably, and then J&P Cycles has a store up here. If we've ever ordered or bought anything from them, there's a good place to walk in and look around. I've bought luggage off them and a bunch of things for the bike. So, matter of fact, I have new Vance and Hines mufflers in a fuel pack turner to put on this bike. Harley tells me it'll run the warranty out if I put it on now, so I may wait till it gets closer to the warranties. This is a 2020 Heritage I'm riding on right now. It's a nice looking bike. I didn't get a good shot of it, but it looked pretty good coming out of there. So vendors are setting up, the trailers are up here. I'm feeling real good that Bike Week is a real go. Even being down here for the winter, you know, I still didn't know, well, they say, well, we're going to have Bike Week, but if the vendors don't show up and the people don't show up, you don't really have a Bike Week. But if the vendors are showing up, I think you're pretty much going to see the people show up too. At least they'll have something to come see besides just ride around a block and look at things. There's J&P Cycle store. It's a nice place to go in and look around and find different products. And they've got them for everything from metric bikes to Harleys, for a little bit of everything. So this lot across the street, there's usually a lot of small vendors in there. Oop, big tire there. Again, this is still 4 days out, so you got vendors. These small ones don't take time. I mean, 4 or 6 hours they can be set up. It don't take long to get them set up. So this doesn't look like it's going to be busy. To me, these are real good signs, especially when I saw the big vendors. The motorcycle dealers, Indian and Harley and Kawasaki, and that pretty much tells me if they think it's a go, then it's going to be a go. This series usually pretty much. I bought a lot of patches. One of these vendors over here on the right there a couple of years ago put on my leather vest. One I said I'd probably never put a patch on. When I bought it, my buddy said, "Oh, you'll have it loaded up." Yeah, I'm getting there. So we're into it. There's Cero 3D. There's one of their trailers, so they're going to be set up here. We'll take a ride up here, farther up. Ultimate Seats is up here. They're a big vendor. I bought one of them I have a street glide also. And I bought one, put it on my street glide that I run around with. It's a 2017 street glide. That's back home in Pittsburgh. Didn't bring it down this year. I brought this Heritage down. So I could only ride one at a time anyway. So I haven't rode as much as I did last year. Last year I put about 5,000 miles on a bike. This year here, I barely got 1,000 on, so I've been doing other things. Here's the complex where their Ultimate Seats is located. It's over here to the left. Now it's on my right. The sign says open. So you can go in there, try different seats. They'll put them on your bike. You can take it for a ride. I went through 3 different seats till I picked the one that I liked. They'll mount them on your bike. You take it out for a ride, come back later, switch seats, try another seat, come back. I mean, they're real good to deal with if you're looking for a nice, good seat. They have a quality seat. I bought one with a backrest built in and everything else on my street glide. So. I'm going to go in the wrong way here. Sign says exit only, but this is besides J&P Cycles here, and I'm not sure where all the bikes are for. Maybe the vendors bringing them themselves. All right, we're left destination Daytona, and we're heading south on US 1. Just went under Interstate 95 down here. This road will get pretty busy. It can actually get backed up and stopped. It's a 4-lane highway. There's the Iron Horse Saloon farther down ahead of us. A lot of places to drink and party. So there's a lot down there. But it'll get backed up. And when it does, I like to get away from the traffic. So I come down to this, looks like the second stoplight here below 95. Didn't really count, might have been a first. Make the right here. I'll go up over the tracks, make a right. And then what this will do, it'll take us back under 95. We'll run along Interstate 95, heading south toward Daytona. Nice little ride. You want to ride a bike and not hit stop and go with the traffic lights and everything going down there. Or you may want curiosity, see what it looks like. Anyway, this is going to take a bend around to the left, and then we're going to go ahead and just head south with Interstate 95 on our left-hand side. So. I'm finishing up the tour, and I'm almost back to where my motorhome is here, and I'm about 40 miles from destination Daytona, where we left up there south. So I'm 20 miles from Daytona. I guess I'm about 35 miles maybe, where I'm physically at. 40 might be a little bit here. So here's the Outlaw motorhome on the left. That's what I come down with, towing my Equinox. My bike in the back of the motorhome. So do a little turnaround. I'll park in the backyard here and call it a day. So looks to me like we're a go on Daytona. bike week, so back to bags. We'll see you when you get here. So give us a thumbs up if you like, subscribe if you like, and we'll see you in another video. Thank you.